It's Indiana in the morning on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. In the studio with us this morning, IUP men's basketball coach Joe Lombardi joins us. Our visit presented by Marcus & Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Coach, good morning.
Good morning, Todd.
Good.
On this beautiful summer morning.
Tell you what, it's an absolutely gorgeous day today. You get to the summer of the year, and people might think that basketball sort of goes away. That's a winter sport, isn't it? Not really. It's
all year long.
Yeah.
It's all year long in our involvement, and all year long and just developing as players. But first of all, I want to congratulate Indiana High and Homer City for their wins last night. It's exciting to be in the state playoffs and have those experiences. And special congrats to neighbor and friends Ethan Shank. Ethan, we're going to mention summer camp here coming up, and I remember when Ethan used to come to camp when he was about 7, 8 years old, and riding on Dante's shoulders to the dining hall and back. He didn't want to climb up the hill to the dining hall. So, but a lot of good memories, and that's what summer camps are about, to have those type of memories.
Well, he got that game-winning hits almost. It's a wonder they didn't carry him off on their shoulders yesterday. That's pretty amazing stuff happening there for Indiana High. Now 23-1 on the season and moving on. So good things happening there. But basketball camp. We're going to talk about that here this morning because it's coming up. You do this every year, every summer. And invite kids to come and bring their sneakers, and that's basically what they need to bring.
That's all. You need to bring that and a little bit of joy, a little bit of enthusiasm. That's all. And then it's all about them having fun, socializing. Do they learn? Do we work on skills? Sure, we try to do that, but we're not trying to make NBA players there at camp. We want to, have them enjoy it is the number one thing. Have some good memories. They get to go to the swimming pool with their friends. After lunch, they get to go up to the dining hall and they have and eat pizza and fries and
there you go.
All they want. So that's always a big treat. And there's even ice cream at the end of that. So I don't know, but they run it off in the afternoon. So that's what the whole objective is, to get them out of the house a little bit and to have some summer memories.
Yeah. Now, who is the camp designed for?
We anybody from 7, 8 years old will go as young. If they can, and if they want to make an effort to do it and they don't like it after the first day, we'll give them a refund. But we want them to try at an early age, and we go over to Zinc once in a while, and we can lower the hoop on the one end, so it actually works out for them. They have a lot of fun with that. But so we go to that age, and it goes up to probably about 14, 15, 16 years old at the high school level. And we break it up into 3 different groups, and we have 3 weeks. There's 2 of the weeks are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4. And then the 1 week is just a morning session or an afternoon session. And that's all on our website. If you go to IUP basketball on the website, there'll be a link there that provides all the information necessary.
It's interesting. We get to the winter of the year, and the kids, you're right. It's a 12-month-a-year sport now, with AAU ball that's happening, with the various summer leagues that go on, and then they get into their school seasons and everything. But there are kids that they eat it up. They just live for playing ball, and for this, it's a really, really great thing for them. But for the kids that are just being introduced to this sport, this is a really key time for them too. Sure,
and we, and it's nice that our players work the camp. We have a number of our players work the camp, and they get to look up to these guys. Sometimes they come to KCAC. I remember when I was young, going to a college game, seeing college players, it was like watching NBA players. They think it's LeBron or Curry, in their eyes. And obviously they're not at that level. But for the kids to be able to be taught by college basketball players, to build some friendships, there's a number of guys that'll be, they'll have friendships with players, afterwards. They'll see them out at the mall or at the stores or whatever, and they have a little bit of association. It's kind of cool for young kids. And our guys do a great job of modeling what student athletes should be about. This year we Overall team GPA was over 3.0. We graduated 2 young men this past springtime, and probably over the last 10 years we've probably graduated over 20 guys that everybody that's completed their senior season with us playing wise has gotten a degree. So that is that's important too, and it's important for these guys to be role models because try to tell them they're always men of influence. They're influencing someone whether they're trying to or not because somebody's watching them, someone has eyes on them, and they're going to either have a positive impact or a negative impact. So keep your focus on having a positive impact.
I've always said that if somebody wants to really see what college basketball should be, they should stand at the top of the KCAC and watch you conduct a practice because I've had the privilege of doing that and watching the way that you relate to the players, but the players relating to each other and the spirit that they have out there on the floor. It's more than about basketball with IUP basketball, and certainly I would assume that's also the part of what this basketball camp experience is about too.
Sure. We want to teach these guys to be great teammates. We want everybody comes to camp. We want to instill some values of being a great teammate, having fun, okay, and working hard. And if all your kids grow up to be great teammates and whoever they work with in life, neighbors, whatever, work in the workplace, and if they learn to have fun and they learn to work hard, then those are great core values that all young kids need to adopt. An interesting story: Tyler Grove will be working camp this year, and Tyler's grandfather lives in town. Roy, he worked at the university, so Tyler was a camper back when he was 10, 11, 12 years old. So now he's a counselor at the camp. Now he's a coach at the camp. So it's a nice transformation from being on one end of it to the other end of it, and I think that relationship that we built at camp 10 years ago carried over to Tyler being a big part of our program right now, and just a tremendous young man who got a 4.0, by the way. So his grandfather, if you see Roy around town, tell Roy, give Roy a pat on the back. More so for the 4.0 than the buckets that Tyler scored this year.
Well done. Well done. All right. So check out IUP basketball online, and you can find all of the registration information. And the camp begins when?
The first one's on next Monday.
Oh, okay.
So it starts next Monday, and then we have another one later, a few weeks later. We have the other two or a few weeks later in June and July. But and we have some kids that come to all 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's better than daycare.
There you go.
So
it's a great opportunity too,
yeah.
And you have a lot of fun with it. Let's talk a little bit about building a basketball team because that's what college basketball coaches have to do every year. Is they have to basically start from scratch and build a team.
Sure.
You're doing that now.
Sure. And last year, because of certain situations, Dallas didn't come back from his injury like he thought, and he's an all-league type player. And Batista, being from Argentina, wasn't eligible to play his first year just because of different age rules. Yeah. Ended up being, and we had another player, Denzel, who had knee injuries that we recruited. Was a good player in junior college, but unfortunately never got a chance to play because his knees could never get right. Tendonitis, he had surgery. They didn't respond well, so that was unfortunate. So we were a little bit shorthanded last year, but it was a 2-year. It was a 2-year plan, to be honest with you. I didn't share that with the kids a lot, but I knew in my mind that we'd have with the youngest, probably the most inexperienced and youngest team in the country, okay, let alone our conference, we'd have trouble competing. So we had 3 freshmen in the top 6, and it was all about them growing and getting better and being ready for the following year, get them ready for the following year to compete and win championships. And now they've shown a lot of development, them and some other players on the team that got chances to play, and now we add Dallas. We had an all-league player in Dallas. We had a potential starter in Batista Rodriguez, a 6'6", 6'7" player from Argentina who played on their national team under that age group. And so with those 2 guys, and then everybody coming back, okay, that played 10 minutes or more. We have a roster that's built to compete for championships, and then we added 2 players, a transfer from South Carolina, Beaufort, Ron Fidola's old school. He wanted to come back into this area and averaged almost double figures for Ron this year. Tassos Stefanos, a guard, we had him, and then we added a 6'9" kid from New Zealand who runs well, who blocks shots, a little bit of a rim protector, and has a lot of skill that we're excited about, not only to help us this year, but maybe down the road for sure. And so we have a very next year we go from very inexperienced roster to no one starting the season that ever played more than 15 minutes a game college basketball, and no one averaged more than 6-7 points a game. Then we come back to a roster now. We have a number of double-digit scorers and a lot more of experience and ready to compete.
We saw that group at the end of last year, though, really start to put some things together. It was almost like you could watch them play and see them figuring things out. And I'm sure that when you looked back on the season and you said, well, this was the group I had in November, and this was the group, maybe the same bodies, the same guys in March, but it's a whole different team.
Yeah. Performance is all about the process and about building habits, Todd, and it takes time to build those habits. So it not only takes time to build good habits, it often takes time to get rid of bad habits.
Yeah.
Okay. So those guys, as they worked hard, they start building these habits and start building the process and start understanding what it takes to work. And the college game's a lot different than the high school game, the physicality of it, the conditioning of it, the stamina needed. The court's 10 foot longer. Okay. It seems like a small thing, but when you're making that transition, it's not small, it's big. And so, and it was all about maturing mentally, maturing physically, and maturing emotionally. They had to deal with failure. A lot of guys in high school that are really talented don't deal with a lot of failure. They deal with a lot of success. That's why they get recruited. Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden they have to deal with failure. And how do you get by that? They have to deal with working hard and competing the next day in practice. A lot of times when you're the best player on the team in high school, the competition, the work isn't as great as it needs to be in college. So that's all building a foundation, and it was fun. Even though we ended up with a losing season last year, and it was something that we kind of weren't used to. Okay, I have a great group of guys. I love the kids. They honor each other with their work ethic. They honor each other. They love each other, and I couldn't ask for a better group of young men to work with. So on and off the court. So it's after this going into my 20th year at IUP, and I can say I honestly feel I haven't looked forward to a season more than the one coming up.
Wow, that's fantastic. That sort of passion is fun too, isn't it?
Yeah. They get you excited. I have a point guard, Kaimani, who's amazing as a freshman. I call him a light bulb, okay, because he lights me up every day I go into the gym. He's just excited to play, to compete, to practice with a smile. He's got a heart for others. Man, I wish everybody could have some people like that in their lives that they could that could lift them up daily, because we all need encouragement no matter where we're at and what we're doing in life. And that's my encouragement from him daily, to say, Coach, we're blessed to be here.
There you go. What a great outlook it is. Coach, thanks so much for our visit this morning.
Todd, I greatly appreciate you having us on, and Marcus and Mac for sponsoring this sports talk, to give us a chance to sit down and talk and share with the community what we have going on right now. Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure. It really is. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Check out the IUP men's basketball page. There you'll find all of the information you need to know about the summer camps that are starting on Monday. It's Indiana in the Morning. Boomer Sports Next, brought to you by S&T Bank, People Forward Banking.